I do think though, because of the timing of it, and potentially with some of the stuff that's going around the league, does that make Fields any potential for other teams to want to call him up? Because if you are one of these other teams, potentially, or specifically, let's not other team it, we could Minnesota it. Which scenario would you feel more confident and comfortable with? Sam Darnold as your guy, or if you see, man, they really like Russ, regardless of what Fields has done in this preseason.
Oh, you're talking about trading for Russ? I thought you were talking
I'm talking about trading for Fields. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because, and I said I mixed the names, but my bad on that. But it's like, would they have any interest in potentially a Fields? Because if Darnold's your guy right now, you just said it yourself, that doesn't make you feel so confident, but you still feel like you got pieces up there. It's still a 1-year deal.
I think they're going to have to stick with Darnold. I think Darnold Fields.
Because Fields is a 1-year deal,
I think they're in a very similar place in their careers. Okay. High-end draft pick. Maybe Fields has proven more because he's put up better numbers. But
I would say so.
Same kind of spot where there's a ceiling left out there, but they've underperformed. And I think it's just the fact that Darnold's been with the Vikings this whole offseason, and they're less than a month away. Like, they got to stick with Darnold and not try to ruffle any feathers. But
it's one thing to stick with Darnold. It's another thing to say, I want something in here that if this doesn't do what it's supposed to do in week 1, 2, or 3,
you're saying you're trade still for him
learning.
As a backup.
Yeah, you're still learning this system. You still have a chance to surpass him because of how talented you are. But we know that you haven't spent all the OTAs and training camp, so you're naturally going to be behind these first couple of games. That naturally gives Darnold his opportunity. And for Fields, outside of location, your contract is still the exact same. You still are getting out of it at the end of the year. And I think for him, you might even feel more confident about your ability to get on that field backing up Sam Darnold than you do if you're just saying, man, how long does it take for Russ to get hurt, play bad, look old? Those are legit questions that we don't know if that's going to be this year or the next 3 years. But with Darnold, we've seen him not be able to consistently put it together a lot more than we've seen Russ look bad. And if you're Fields, maybe. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Would it be a good scenario for Fields?
And this is only because of the recent where we are seeing the organization going with Russ now.
Yeah.
A week ago, they weren't talking like this. It was more us kind of like, I think it'll be this, but they haven't officially said that just yet. It seems as if a shift is taking place now, though.
I could see Fields wanting to stick around here, though, and learn behind a Russ.
Yeah.
Like, even though it's not optimal for him, I know he wants to get out on the field, but there is something to be said for learning behind a Hall of Famer. And
I would
also
agree
just
with that, man. Absolutely.
being here in the Steelers organization, being here with Mike Tomlin, because Fields did pick coming here. When he was given the option of what team he wanted to be traded to from the Bears, he picked the Steelers, knowing he would come in as a backup.
Yeah.
So I do think Fields wants to stick around here. I could see the opportunity in Minnesota.
I could see that it's kind of changed the Minnesota landscape, Pittsburgh landscape since he made that decision, though.
With JJ getting hurt, sure. So I could see the opportunity, Minnesota. I don't see Fields being like, trade me there.
This is not solely like speculation. This is solely just me outside viewing it. I don't feel like Fields is on that now. Because as a player, you typically aren't.
I don't think the Steelers are doing the trade, though. I
don't think Pittsburgh calls them. I think Minnesota could call us, though. Because if Sam Darnold is your quarterback right now and we look at the rest of their depth chart, you mean to tell me a Justin Fields sitting behind a Russell Wilson isn't intriguing enough to make a phone call to?
I don't think they're going to give up enough right now. It might be a different story if they're sitting week 5 or 6 and Darnold's shit in the bed.
Yeah.
And they're somehow still in contention. Maybe they're hovering around 500.
Yeah.
But right now, I don't see them giving up a high draft pick to get Fields. And I think that's what it would take for us to get off of Fields.
Yeah.
Because I think Fields is more valuable to the Steelers than a future 5th or 6th round pick that the Vikings could give up.
From our perspective, I agree. I don't have a scenario where I want him to be gone. No, not at all. I'm just simply talking from the Vikings standpoint. That could be very appealing is what I'm saying.
I think, at some point in the middle of the season. And you could take the Vikings and extrapolate that over any team across the NFL. If anyone's starting quarterback goes
Justin
down,
Fields, it's not like he's some like regular backup. Like this is a dude that was been starting ever since he's come into this league.
Yeah, this could be something we talk about at some point in the regular season. Like I said, if someone's starter goes down, then yeah, I think they're going to be calling around to a team like us or another team that has a high quality backup.
Desperate enough, they will make the right offer. Are we really going to say no to a third? Would we say no to a second if it's Fields and he's just sitting here behind Russ on a 1-year deal anyways? Those are the legitimate questions that I'm asking, bro.
It would be. Yeah. I think it would, because we're looking at Fields as potentially being the future. That would be the thing that,
along with looking at Russ being a part of that as well.
But though, right? Russ is balling out.
That's what I'm trying to see. You will keep them both? I'm not giving up nothing. It's like, that's what I'm just trying to have that conversation a little bit.
I think it's too early for it right now.
Yeah, respect.
But watch out, week 3, week 4, middle of the season, a team's QB goes down, or in the Viking scenario,
I'm like, their QB just went down, and you got Sam Darnold, and we're saying, hey, man, how confident you feel about Sam Darnold? How intrigued are you with Justin Fields, though? And what would it cost for you to pair him up? And now you still have your JJ over there.
I was going to say, I don't even know if Vikings would be the best team to use as an example here, because they have a JJ McCarthy. They may not be willing to give up a lot to get Fields. Whereas like a team that has a starter go down, they don't have any future sitting behind the starter.
I see. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think they'd be willing to give up more than a team like the Vikings. Maybe if Darnold's not working out, the Vikings are just like, all right, this is a wash season. We just got bad luck with JJ going down. Let's do our best, but if we're picking in the top 10, that ain't gonna hurt us.
Yeah.
For a rebuild, but it might be another team like maybe the Jets if Rodgers goes down again. You know what I mean? They don't have a quarterback sitting behind.
I mean, the Jets are a bad example. They got Tyrod. You should go Giants, man. Go Giants, something like that, bro.
Giants. Yeah, that's an example. They got Drew Lock though.
Oh, don't do that, bro. Drew Lock, Sam Darnold, they definitely the same people, man.
I'd take Sam Darnold.
Drew Lock, Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson. Just throw them all together. Shake them up in the bag, whoever come out first.
It's like the Saints, maybe.
Yeah.
Raiders got. I was gonna say the Raiders, but they got
the young quarterback out there.
Yeah, they got
Broncos young quarterbacks,
mid to low tier quarterbacks with Minshew.
Chargers, and no, because you got Herbert.
But if he goes down, actually, that would be a good example.
Makes it interesting.
Maybe.
And Fields being on a 1 year is not going to kill any team's cap. That's the other part. 1 year, very affordable contract, but at a crazy position, which is quarterback, and that's partly why we wanted him. So that's what made it a little bit more of a appealing thing for us to go get him. If he had that $20 million contract, we were just like, hey, I don't know if we want that all the way.
Bills?
If Josh were to go down, I think it's interesting. Heck yeah.
You're thinking about that?
If Josh were to go down, but once again, this is a scenario where we're talking about the franchise $100 million quarterback going down. No different if we said if Joe Burrow went down to Cincinnati. You still feel like you're competitive.
That's what I mean. Some of these backups are good. Like, would you feel good about Mitch for the rest of the season?
Do you feel good about Jake Browning for the rest of the season? Nobody does. If he comes out there and overachieves again, great. But who feels confident about Jake Browning? If you felt that confident, you would pay him $150 million. We know that.
He's a good backup.
I mean,
they can win games.
Think about it. Mitch a good backup. Kyle Allen a good backup. We can name good backups, but good backups and starting quarterbacks, franchise quarterbacks, that's a different conversation.
Yeah, and that's where it's weird because Fields is only under contract for 1 year. And if one of these, like if Burrow goes down, like Burrow's still your future.
He's still your guy. Yeah, you feel great about him.
What's Fields really going to do for you long term?
Jacksonville, it's the same conversation with Trevor Lawrence. It's like, that's the guy that you would view as your long-term guy. I think it's...
But maybe that's what you're saying. Maybe that's why it does work out with Fields because he's only under contract for 1 year. It's a 1 year deal.
And he needs the audition so he can get the tape out there to get back where he would want to be anyways as a starter.
Jacksonville would be a good scenario because I don't even know who Lawrence's backup is.
Fair enough, yeah.
Because like Browning versus Fields in the Bengals system. I think Taylor might stick with Browning.
Because he's already seen him have success in it too.
Right. Whereas Jaguars might be the best example.
Yeah.
I think Vikings would be too. We talked about that with Darnold, but
how you feel about Niners?
McCarthy chilling there as their future.
How you feel about San Fran? If Purdy were to go down at any point. I feel like
Who's
they're
their
just still
backup?
more of a system.
I don't even know who their backup
yeah.
is. Maybe they're calling Pickett.
Because I'm about to say, Buffalo feels good. Not only do they have Mitch, Deke, we just recently signed arguably the greatest free agent quarterback that was on the street, man.
Jaguars got Mac Jones, so maybe they're just going to roll with him.
Ooh, shout out to Mac. But yeah, Buffalo, this third quarterback they just signed, Deke, hey, earth-shattering, baby. Just know that.
Quarterback?
Quarterback, yes.
This happened recently?
Happened yesterday. Yeah.
He's nice. Dobbs is the backup out in
this quarterback that I know
Fran.
is nicer than Dobbs, though. And Dobbs is a dude. You know Dobbs.
All right, who is this guy? This just happened?
It just happened, bro. He liked that,
Dude,
though.
there's a lot of good backups
That's
in
what
this
I'm
league.
saying, bro.
Mac Jones is the Jaguars' backup?
Yeah. So is Mac Jones a good starter?
I don't know. I just think they would roll with him then. I think they would roll with him.
Fair enough. But, dude, this Bills' third
Lawrence went
quarterback, though, they ain't got nothing. Nah, they ain't got nothing on this one.
I saw Claypool's out for the year.
He had a little toe.
What happened?
He
Ben
had it.
DiNucci.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Just click his profile.
That
real
just
quick.
happened recently.
Click his profile, Deke. Can you just click his profile? Where did he go to school at?
He went to Pitt.
No, he didn't. Where did he go to school at? where did he go to school
He
at,
did
Deke?
go to Pitt.
Deke,
Then he
Deke.
got beat out by Kenny.
So where did he go to school at then?
And then he was sent to James Madison.
Now he was sitting to JMU. That's crazy.
He was cast off to JMU.
That's crazy. Now he got cast off the JMU. He is a JMU quarterback, man. Go Dukes. Anytime you got one of them, come on, it's like you hit the lottery, baby. All right. So I think in Buffalo, they feel great about their quarterback depth chart right now. All right. Shout out to the Ducci. Go Dukes. Yeah.